everybody, and welcome to PlayStation Plus Games Reviews. So today we're going to be talking about January's games, which are Shadow of the Tomb Raider and GreedFall, and of course Maneater. That's also, yeah, definitely. First off, we're going to address some things. First, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, since it's the first one that I downloaded, basically, and it's the one that was like, yo, that one looks interesting. And Tomb Raider for me has a little spot in my heart, since basically the original Tomb Raider was the one game that introduced me to video games.
Oh.
Since my dad bought a PS1, what he bought? Tomb Raider. So this is Destiny.
No, it's Tomb Raider.
In a weird way. Yeah, but yeah, Tomb Raider.
Destiny's next one.
Anyway. Okay. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider. What'd you think, Chris?
Okay, guys, let's settle it here right now. This is clearly the better of the games we got from this month. January, coming in strong. PlayStation Plus is off to a really good start. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was excellent. You know, it's more of the same of what you would expect from the rebooted trilogy. I played officially all three of them now. Shadow was really good. Personally, I think Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second one, is the best. But everyone online is saying that this is the better one. And I have no qualms about that. This one was great. I have some nitpicks here and there, but overall it was basically what I wanted and exceeded expectations. Back to you.
Alright, that's great. It's funny because, Tomb Raider is what got me into video games, but technically this is the first Tomb Raider game I've ever played. And, basically, it stars the heroine, which is Mia Khalifa. Lara Croft. And, you start off right at the back with action. So, that's pretty good. But, in a sort of weird way. Because, I don't know. Basically, you get in, and there's a lot, set up for the story. At least in my eyes, it took a while, the introduction, in order to really start into the game.
I think I know
getting into
what you mean. You were kind of lost. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I was there's a lot of waiting. I was just getting to point A to point B.
I did a recap of the first two games, and basically this one is a continuation off the ending of the second.
Gotcha.
They're looking for Trinity, and that's where you jump off.
Also, the recurring thing in this, as you mentioned to me, Jonah.
Oh, yeah.
Samoan? Hawaiian? No. New Zealand, apparently.
Yeah.
I have
guys,
no idea.
If you didn't know, Jonah, Laura's friend, has the superpower ability to change races in every game. So look forward to that.
Also, this game was very, very good, in my opinion, because I seem to get myself lost in the vast world of the catacombs, especially in Paititi, which is basically where basically it's more where all the story is based upon.
Yeah, let me just say, Paititi, the world feels so lived in, and
dude,
just detailed. It's definitely the highlight of the game, and I didn't expect that. It's probably in the trailers, but I just was pleasantly surprised. But one gripe of that is the game will have natives. The characters will be native, and they speak perfect English dialect. But apparently there's an option to put what they should sound like, which I found really interesting.
Oh really? I did not know that. Cool. Yeah, that was a little nitpick. Also, I was okay, I'm in this village that basically they're a village, a hidden village.
Yeah.
And they somehow speak fluent English. I'm like, what?
Oh, well, apparently, also in some hidden journals, you would read that the priest made it absolutely necessary for them to learn English.
That is true. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Also, I made this a note of mine, but one of my favorite characters in this in this
Yeah.
game was Miguel, the pilot.
Well, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
He was my favorite. I was like, he was just chilling.
Oh,
He has 2 voice lines. Basically, don't worry, guys, I got this. And he gets fucking hail right in his face.
dude, Miguel sucks. He's a liar. You didn't get this.
And then he was when you radioing him. You radio him,
Nah,
and he's
screw
Lara's
it.
like, Miguel, where are you?
Forget Miguel. The standout character to me was Unuratu.
He's going to be crawling with guards.
We'll find our way around them,
It'll be dangerous.
I'm sure.
Then there is no time to waste.
The queen.
Oh yeah,
of
definitely,
Patiti.
definitely.
I thought she was really cool.
Paititi.
Yeah, I thought she was cool.
Yeah.
And then they elevated her cool factor when she's like doing Terminator shit. I'm like, yo,
Oof.
when you break her out and then she starts doing Metal Gear Solid stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. And then they kill her. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spoilers, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
Forgot.
spoilers
We might
for
spoil a couple.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Okay. Yeah, a game that's been out for quite some time. And just one thing that I really like about this game, not only, environment, the tombs.
Yeah,
They're really entertaining.
that is hands down the best thing about the reboot trilogy. They really stick to the title name, Tomb Raider, and it separates itself well enough from, Uncharted, that it's not the same. Because the tombs are awesome, and my favorite part of the game has always been the exploration and the climbing, and it's beautiful to see the landscape of all that.
Dude, the landscape. Like, I know this is a PS4 game, but it still holds up. Like, seriously.
Oh yeah,
It's that good.
for being a 2018 game, it's arguably better than some games are these days with graphics.
Cyberpunk. Anyway, so yeah. Also, there's this funny thing about Laura. You press the circle button, she goes monkey mode.
Oh,
She goes crazy,
yeah.
and
That's the best feature of the game.
6 weeks.
Yeah, you look like a primal ape.
Also, I don't know how. I never played the other ones, but gameplay wise, is there like new moves
Okay.
that you were like, oh, this is new?
That is a good segue. Now I get to the more detail-oriented part of the review. The
Gotcha.
most fun part of this game has always been exploration. My least favorite part of any of the games has always been the gunplay. They try to be so wannabe. It's not bad, but like when we compare it to Uncharted and everything else, it's like I don't want to use the guns. It just feels out of place.
Gotcha.
There are moments in the game where I'm like, this is really goofy that I'm using these guns, because it just feels off. Especially the boss level, while cool in concept, it just didn't feel like I was immersed in it, you know? I always rather would have used the bow and arrow or the pistol. Anytime it was like a shotgun or whatever, it was like, Especially because, I don't know if it was like I couldn't aim. I don't know, just something was off. It didn't feel like the reticles were right or whatever. But anyways, that's been Tomb Raider. And my takeaway from all 3 games are they literally have the same level of consistent quality. The same nitpicks I had with the first are chipped away a little bit in the second and third, but they're still there. And the highlights of the first are still consistent. So, it's more of the same, but to a better degree.
Also, if I don't know, I know you told me that you didn't fight a lot of animals,
Yeah.
but that's a constant thing that reminded me from the original, like Lara used to fight a lot of animals, and yeah, I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that was just
Let
me.
it be known, I had to rush playing this game to get this review out. So a huge portion of this
Yeah.
game is very open world. I only fought the, tutorial jaguar. And I didn't do any of the side missions. I passed by all of those. But
did all
I'm
of them.
hearing that most of them were just fetch quests anyway, so I didn't miss much.
That is true. There's only like a couple, like I think 2 of them are kind of interesting.
Okay, another negative to me, which isn't really a negative, but the fact that, in the game you could choose any costume you want, but there are moments in the story you have to choose this outfit to blend in. Ugh, I didn't want to wear that. Whatever.
Yeah, that one's a little bit nitpicky, but yeah, I can see your argument, like especially since in your gameplay you have the funny PS2 Lara Croft outfit, so yeah. This game kind of reminds me of like moments, because basically throughout the story there's like a bunch of like moments in Lara Croft and her journey, like the one that she's gonna fight the dude in the helicopter.
Yeah.
That moment I was like legit hype when she falls into the water and she's just like laying there, and then she's hearing like all the voices of like saying that you're basically ruining the world, and then she literally comes out like the Terminator and murders a man in cold blood. I'm like, damn, Lara! Holy shit!
Yeah, one of my favorite
But yeah,
things about this franchise that they rebooted is the progression of Laura's character. You see her in the first game, she has such a hard time killing one guy because it's her first kill. And then it escalates into her in this game where she still doesn't like killing, but she does what's necessary. It's a natural progression. And it was very, I don't know, nuanced the way the voice actress has done it. And yeah, it's really cool. You root for her in that scene because we never really saw Laura be that cool of a badass.
exactly.
To me, Samus and Laura have always been like top 2 of the best heroines in video games. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out.
Now that I think about it, like female, heroine roles,
Yeah.
they're badasses. They always have like that moment of like, you know what, I'm gonna go all out. Which reminds me of like Aliens with Ripley. In Aliens, that moment she was like, you know what, time to fuck shit up, and she gears up.
Get away
Like,
from
yeah,
her,
that's
you bitch.
yeah, exactly.
But no, so let's talk about the story. I don't know if I'm dumb. Probably am. But the 3 Tomb Raider games, I had really hard time following the story because I don't know. Tell me why. I don't. It's just. I think it was just I was lost in the gobbledygook of the architectural dialogue.
Yeah.
I was along for the ride. I couldn't relate those memories of the story back to you. I couldn't do a too long didn't read to you. I can't recap it.
I can imagine that could be a little bit long. I mean, for me, I'm playing the 3rd game, wrong order, right?
Yeah.
But for like a standalone game, I think it was all right, because you're in the narrative. She begins like, yo, we gotta find this object, and then she finds the object, and then the whole world basically Lara's fighting the apocalypse, and there's like earthquakes and tsunamis and hurricanes. That's what's the story's all about the apocalypse and the sun, and there's an eclipse.
I thought those moments were cool too. Again, they remind me of Uncharted, but who cares? They
Mhm.
were cool.
Yeah, I
And
will admit.
I would say this is the best story out of the three.
Hmm.
Personally, I still like the second game overall more. But
Hmm.
the main thing I really liked about the story in this one is that it had a clear character development for Laura in this
Yeah.
specific moment
Yes.
in time. And the best part was in the beginning was when you played young Lara Croft. And they tied that
Oh yeah.
back into the end. I thought that was sick.
To claim her treasure, the adventurer Lara Croft must outwit the king, reach the forbidden tomb, and solve the mystery of the White Queen. The way will be fraught with trials.
Lara, are you doing your math homework?
The adventurer should not dally any longer. In a minute, Dad!
Where shall we go next for our real adventure? I hear the Antarctic is lovely this time of year.
Dad!
Oh no, well then perhaps the salt flats of Utah.
Oh, Richard. I know where we're going. You do? Hawaii!
Oh yes, yes, that could be really nice. Well, in that case,
Goodbye, Mum. Goodbye, Dad.
No. You're my research assistant.
Oh, yes, you're quite right. I'm sorry, I'm always
I request that you bring me to the museum.
And
That is
she
true.
learns her lesson. It's not, the most original idea to have a character get introduced to an object that can bring something back, and then they have to reject it for the betterment of mankind. It was kind of similar to the recent Wonder Woman movie, but it was still
Yeah.
well done here, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Overall, Tomb Raider was sick, and
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
definitely the better game than what we are going to say right now.
So, next game is GreedFall. So, this is a game, it's an RPG game, and you're basically in this fantastical sort of, not medieval, more like the 1800s type, there's a lot of pirates, that sort of era.
Yeah.
And basically, you're royalty, and your town is infected with a virus. Getting on topics. Anyway, this virus is called the Malachor. Basically, it's like an infection, and you slowly die. And the whole purpose of the game is you gotta go to an island, which basically they have that also, but they're more controlled. In the beginning, you get to select 3 classes,
Yeah.
which is warrior, technician, and magician.
That's as far as I got.
Seriously?
I'm gonna stop. I found this game to be incredibly boring. I do not
Okay.
like it, but I'll let you continue.
No, I'm curious how long did you went for it?
I did.
'Cause-
I got as far as talking to the guy who's going to be the captain of the ship. I didn't get to No Island. I didn't know there was a virus. I got bored.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'll admit, the beginning is a little bit boring, because you have to, if you're like me, the way I played all the missions in Serene. So before I jumped into the ship, because I will admit this game does have a lot of chatting. There's a lot of talking.
Yeah, which isn't necessarily
And I-
bad. You should
Yeah.
probably expect that if you looked up this game at all. But I went in blind.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, me too. I mean, I will admit, I was getting bored in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna jump on this fucking boat, and I'm gonna leave. Wait, you didn't even, now that I think about it, you didn't leave at all.
I was just in this stupid town with people I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. I realize this game has good reviews, but why are you starting the game off like this?
Yeah, it's basically to get some XP.
Is this a tutorial thing?
You know, yeah, I will admit, it is kind of weird at the beginning.
Yeah, I thought so.
Because the whole, like, the fighting system at first, I didn't get it at all. I was like, what the how do I guard? How do I evade? How? What is this fucking tactical pause? Excuse me. What is this?
I was streaming it for a bit, and our friend Jenny was like, "It's a knockoff of Witcher."
Damn. Okay. Rude. First of all.
She's not wrong.
But
for the beginning.
I mean, no. In the beginning, yeah.
No.
But
I'll give this game some benefits of the doubt. I didn't play it much. It's probably really good. I looked up what people thought of it. It has like good ratings on Steam. So
yes,
I'm obviously wrong.
Because I'm gonna continue since I played a lot of it. Haven't finished it because there's a reason.
Ooh.
I kind of got myself lost in the game. I was like enjoying myself.
Nice.
Because maybe it's my RPG slight of love. Because if I get into like an RPG, me personally, I get stuck in it and I get like, I keep on going and going. I just like leveling up shit and like, wow, and I can upgrade stuff? Wow, I want that. So basically this game is about, once you get to New Serene, there's a war between the natives and the and what's the other guys? I forgot. Basically Christians versus natives, you know, that type of stuff. And there's a war, and then you get a bunch of, not only, you know, the guy who trains you in the beginning and the captain, they become teammates from you. You can also get, there's a princess, a native princess, a priest, and what's it called? A sniper girl. And they're all very good. They're, for me, because I was sort of getting, because you get to know their characters a little bit more, because the whole point of the game is like interacting and knowing about stuff.
Yeah.
And like decision making, because in some missions there's some actions that you can take. Either there's a couple of actions like, oh, you can attack this person, or like in my case that I picked magician, I had intuition, which let me like sometimes be like, oh, I can use intuition so I can make these people go away. Like, so that was, I thought that was cool.
I definitely saw elements that I would have liked if I just continued, but I was pressed for time. I had to put this review out there. I was like, not worth it to me. I know it's an RPG, and those RPG elements aren't lost on me. I don't play many RPGs. One of the few is Mass Effect I played, and that was one of my favorites. But this is very true in line with a traditional RPG, and I don't know, I just wasn't vibing with it at the time.
Yeah, I'll admit this game, it was kind of a sleeper for me, because like you said, like in the beginning I was like, this what the hell is this? Like, okay, because there's you know what, maybe why we're like, okay, this game, because of the environment. There's not, it's compared to, you know, Tomb Raider, this game looks like it could be on a PS3. Let's be honest. Hand movements, mouth movements. It's a little bit gray.
Yeah. Okay,
like
the mouth. Yeah. Were the voices out of sync to you?
Yes.
What's the original language they went for?
I don't know, but for me, it hooked me.
Like,
I was laughing my ass off. I was laughing my ass off.
What's going on there? I thought EA made this game. I could be wrong.
Yeah. The mouth movements are pretty hilarious. Wait, hold on. We gotta do a rating system, because this is a review. So it's gonna be from basic. Should we do 5 stars or 1 to 10?
I have always been appreciative of 1 to 10.
All right, then let's do 1 to 10. Should we add like, 1.5, 1.5?
Oh yeah,
That
for
seems
sure.
fair, right?
Yeah.
All right, your opinion. Here we go. First game, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a solid number. Since it was my first Tomb Raider and did not know what to expect, and I didn't know anything of the story, I enjoyed it. I'm also, you know what? No, I'm gonna give it an 8.7.
Ooh.
It was really good. Yeah.
He's trying to one-up me. Okay, let's see if you can one-up my score for GreedFall.
What? All right.
Here we go.
What is your score
Based
in
on the 30
GreedFall?
minutes I played. That's as fair as I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Okay.
Probably gets
You know
better.
what? Okay. It does, but to your score, yes, I would. If I would have stopped where you stopped, I would even go a little bit lower. I would have been like a 4. But since I got hooked on it and I was enjoying myself and I was enjoying, interactions with the characters and the mission and
Yeah.
some of this ridiculous dialogue and movement.
I give him a 5 'cause there's obviously a world within this town. I just don't care enough. And they established
Yes.
a traditional hero archetype where you establish early on the wound of the character. He has his dying mother. So that was heartfelt. I cared for him. A character I created.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill.
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort that to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Speaking of the character creation, I didn't like that. That was the worst character
Yeah.
creation I've ever seen in RPG.
Yeah, it was a little bit basic.
Also, I think there was a glitch where I tried to make a female character, but every face I had, they always had a facial hair. So I couldn't do anything. So I had to be a man.
Huh. Oh, okay. I never... Wow, I didn't expect that.
Anyway.
Alright. Anyway, besides that, I'm gonna give the game an 8.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's what I expected.
Yeah.
I bet you if I finished the game, it would probably be the same.
Also, okay, side note with GreedFall, everybody's a fucking asshole
Oh, man.
in that game. Everybody's disgusting. Like, you barely see good people in that game.
Oh no.
Alright. So, we saved the best for last.
Finally.
Maneater.
Maneater, baby.
Alright, take it away, Chris.
Alright. The thing about Maneater is you play as a shark, right?
Yeah.
And much like Jaws, you don't see the shark, because I didn't see the shark, because we didn't get to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have
So,
PS5.
And
yeah, and then
Ray, are
Should
you
say
liking
it's
what you're
fine.
seeing on screen right now? Can tickle your. Did I make that jump? Huh? You know what I mean. Did you see that jump? That was the most air I've ever seen.
Yo,
I've seen a few
Lara
basketball games.
Lara gets some air in this game.
Yeah.
She fucking flies. Oh, I'm like, wow. She can dunk on fools easily.
Yeah. Put her in the. What is it called? WNBA?
Oh yeah, the WNBA.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Put her in the NBA.
Look at that. Oh, did you see that jump?
She fucking like.
She actually flies in between. Look at this, look at this.
Fly.
Woo!
Yeah, she can fly.
Wow.
All that plot armor makes you fly.